Self-doubt, limiting beliefs can make your life be something that was never meant to be. Claudia Ramirez, empowering you to become the optimal leader of your life. Let's turn on the Mindset Mic. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to episode 31 of Mindset Mic and the last episode ever recorded in this studio in the UK. My at-home studio that has been built by my boyfriend and painted by me, and lights were set up and the branding and the colors and everything. I feel emotional, and then I have a cold, so of course I'm doing this with a red nose. So if you're watching on YouTube, if you know, you know. And I'm like, of course, that's the way the universe wanted me to close this chapter. Of course, like the most humbling experience. I wanted it to be awesome and grand, and I sound and look funny. But I'm very thankful. Episode 31, closing a chapter and opening a new one. I want to talk to you about conquering self doubt by developing confidence. And I've seen this in my life time and time again. It usually comes up significantly when I am about to do something big for me. And right now, that's that moment. Right now, I am moving to New York, and well, as whenever you listen to this, hello, I've been in New York for 24 hours. But I am so thankful of the mindset that I have allowed myself to develop in the process that allows me to do these things, because I know that there's like sometimes a part of us that is very confident and another part of us that is kind of, but I want to talk about us eliminating or quieting really that self doubt in the moment when it presents itself, because it's very easy for us to develop confidence and never talk about self doubt when it's not there. But whenever it starts creeping in and starts whispering in your ear and everything, then that's when we need to attack and do something about it. And so I wanted to talk to you about this right now, because with me right now, this New York move, it's, huh, well, it's a really big city and I don't know anybody, and it's now or never. And, my business, it's the best city for my business, but at the same time. And so then it's like we're always second guessing ourselves. And the question is, why? Why do we second guess ourselves? And how can we improve that? Now, I'm going to tell you what I do. For me, I'm like, okay, first of all, develop self awareness. According to my therapist, she's like, you have too much self awareness for your own good. But then she laughed. She was like, you can't have such thing as too much self awareness. But I am so thankful for it, because I know that when I start wanting to shop, you know, I really am starting to get nervous. Or when I start, wanting to not do things to stay home, I'm nervous about leaving my home, right? When I'm like delaying packing, which is not me, then I know that there's something going on. And I wanted to get to the bottom of it. And I thought, why do I feel this way? And it was like, well, I think it's because it's the city. Dubai was the city for me, but New York is the city. And I feel like there isn't a business that wants to thrive that doesn't thrive in the right conditions. And for me, New York is the place. It's my country. It's the city in my country. It's one of the cities in the world. And it came down to the fact that there aren't any excuses, you know? And I find that interesting, because it's like our mind is looking to escape what could be amazing for us because it just doesn't know it. And I find that very dangerous if we don't acknowledge it. So I want to encourage you that whenever you start feeling these thoughts of self-doubt. Is it for me? I've never lived in such a big city in the US. I don't know subway systems. I mean, I know the tube in London, but this is different. Apparently, there's like a fast one and a slow one. And, you start finding all these reasons for why it's not for you. In that moment, what I like to do is think about why is it for me? And I've done this when I was a runner, and I've done this in the past when I was quitting my job, and I'm doing this now. Why is it for me? I do it when back in the day when I was starting a new relationship with the man who made the man of my dreams seem absolutely irrelevant, and I just felt like it was too much. And I kind of caught myself finding reasons to, oh, maybe no, maybe no. And then I was like, no, quiet that mind, please. Shush. This is for you. You belong on that podium because you've put in the work and you're just as good as all the other girls next to you. You belong to start a business in your dream city. You belong to film courses in Dubai because why not? Because this is your dream and nobody else's. And because God planted this, and because the universe is conspiring and constantly reminding you that it's for you. This relationship is for you because you've grown and you've, rejected what wasn't for you, and you've grown and you've done the work and you've put yourself out there for yourself in personal ways. And now this is going to enhance that even more, and you can enhance somebody else's life as well. Okay. Why is New York for me? And so then you start building that reasoning. Why? Writing down, why is this for me? And I think it's so important for us to be aware of that, because once that self doubt, can I do it? Can I do it? If I can't, it's, if it sticks in and if it goes a little too deep in there, that's dangerous. That's dangerous. And we don't want to get to that point. I always think about, I'm like, well, golly, I mean, you've spent how much time on your vision board? You've spent no, how much time working on this and developing this, and this being what I love to do and the life that I want to live and all the things. Why not go do this now? And so you also start challenging yourself. What's stopping me? Myself? What's freaking me out? Myself? And when you develop the confidence, I believe that it's a very strong moment, and you kind of have to build up on it as you go. For me, I think that confidence played a role in my athletics, in the moment of in the race, and you just start going podium, 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 and you're just reminding yourself that this is for me, this is for me, this is for me. I've got this, I've got this. And the same thing in other areas of life. And for me now, it's you're gonna live your dream. You're gonna live the dream that Claudia from 5 years ago was like, one day. Let me put this on a vision board now, one day. And so we are going to talk more about the 5-year you in our next podcast. And I wanted to do it this episode, but I just really wanted to wait to be in New York to talk to you about that. But I want to encourage you to start thinking about, what can 5 years from now look like if I let self-doubt sink in and be part of me? And what could 5 years from now look like when I eliminate that? I knock that barrier down, I punch that wall, and it's gone through developing confidence. Confidence is a choice. Confidence, it's not a personality. It's not, I'm bubbly or I'm shy. It's not expertise. It's not connections. It's not your network. It's not what you wear. It's what you develop. Confidence, you develop. And yes, your human capital supports it. Human capital, as in the things that nobody can take away from you, as in your knowledge, your passions, your expertise, your skill set, your kindness, your heart. Those things people can't take away from you. They're always going to be you. You're going to carry them with you everywhere you go. However, they enhance it, but it is a matter of you making that decision in that uncomfortable situation. We've talked about it before. Detaching yourself from the outcome. I don't care if I step on that stage and the world boos me. I stepped on the stage. I'm going to share the message. And that is what I am here to do, for instance, right? As in, like, whether it's a presentation at work or, even speaking to myself in this fact that I want to speak to 25,000 people in, like, kind of thing. Okay, so what is this thing that you want to do? Why is it for you? What is holding you back? Is it irrelevant? Probably so. If it's not, I get it. But if it's irrelevant, probably so. And if it's not irrelevant, there's probably a way around it. And do I choose to feel confidence to just smack that down and say, I'm going for it, despite the fact that there's uncertainty, despite the fear, despite the outcome, despite anything? And I hope the answer is yes for you. Self doubt, limiting beliefs can make your life be something that was never meant to be. And I talk about this a lot, when I talk about settling. I was chatting with someone about this recently, and they were like, what were those key moments in your life? And I said, well, first, a key moment in my life was being a college athlete, going from average to all American. Another key moment in my life was moving to Dubai because of what that brought me, career, personally, and everything in between. But in between that, there was a moment of settling for a relationship that wasn't helpful at all, settling for a job where I wasn't happy and I was completely undervalued. And now, how can you develop that confidence? You might be thinking, Claudia, how easy for you. How easy for you to just sit back and say all these things when, well, you're a mindset coach and this is what you do for a living, and you've been all over the place and you have a supportive family and a supportive partner, and that must be nice. I'm not in that situation. I am older. I am not as healthy. I have a job. I am this and that. Excuses. Excuses. Because confidence is something that, once again, you have. Confidence is a choice. Self doubts happen when we don't train our mind. They still creep in. We're human. But training your mind will help eliminate them, vanish them, make them transparent where you can't see them. They might be there, but you can't see them because they're transparent. Why? Because you're confident and you've developed your mindset to see opportunity, to look at what can go right instead of what can go wrong. Because you know where you're going, because you're clear on why you're doing this one thing in your life, this one experience. It becomes a motivating factor. It becomes something that drives you, that challenges you, and changes you. And that is what I want for you. It pains me to think how many people hold back because of self doubt. Because one day somebody told them that they couldn't. Because one day somebody bullied them. Because once upon a time somebody said, nobody in our family has, and therefore you won't. Because somebody once upon a time said something that wasn't helpful, that was hurtful to their mind, to their confidence, to their self esteem, to their identity. And because of that, we've owned that and made it a reality when it's not. And God, you're getting absolute. Yes, I am very passionate about this because I see so many people. I believe me, when I walk around the stores, when I drive around and I see people in cars, when I am in the subway or in the train, in the tube, or anywhere that I am walking around, I see people and I see people. I want to know, what are those dreams that they haven't had the courage to go for because of self-doubt, because of limiting beliefs. And that drives me to do it in my life because I want to one day be looked at by a weirdo like me somewhere in another land who sees me and can tell that I am living the life that I was destined to live. Not because I'm better than anyone, but because I was created with a purpose. And I am not going to allow any self doubts and limiting beliefs to get in the way. Do you see what I mean? I want you to start recognizing this around you. Look at people around. Don't tell them anything. Nobody wants to be told anything. We're not requested, please. But those people around you, the people who speak a certain way or express themselves a certain way, and you know that they're hurting, and you know that maybe they have dreams, and you know that maybe they're in the back burner. Be that source of inspiration. Be the person who is living in their light and in their purpose and in their dreams. And because of that, somebody else goes, wow, if they can do it, I think so can I. I can too. And can you imagine how beautiful of a snowball effect this would be? This could be a domino effect of the ages. If we just eliminate self doubt and have confidence, and in the long run, in the journey, inspire people to do the same. I am not telling you to join my courses right now. I am not telling you to join my coaching program right now. All I'm telling you is go for it. Eliminate the self doubt, develop that confidence, inspire the person next to you without saying anything. And I believe the world could be a better place. I really do. Now, I'm not going to, let's not get into that, but yeah, absolutely. We can do this. I do it. And then, I was telling my boyfriend, I'm so nervous. I don't know who I'm going to meet. And, I'm happy nervous and I know it's going to be amazing. And I just want to know how, but I also feel a little nervous. And then he's like, that's okay. You're human. And that it is true. Just remind yourself that you're human. We are very critical with ourselves and we're very judgmental and we feel like we just need to be these perfect beings. But no, we're human. And whenever you realize that, all right, the self doubt isn't so bad because you know that you're human, you're not flawed, you're not broken. Like I always like to say, you're not broken, you're breaking the mold. And that's why it hurts because you're doing something uncomfortable, you're changing the pattern, you're doing something different. And I believe in you. That is what I wanted to leave you with today. And I hope that it has been helpful. I once again want to thank you for joining me in this journey. It is my last episode, and oh God, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry, aren't I? It is my last episode in here, and Jesus, um, I just feel very happy and very thankful because I was not anticipating to launch Mindset Mike when I did. And I had a lot of support at home. And I, your comments, your messages, your words, your reviews, everything. Um, it means a lot. I um I know that there are big names out there, and believe me when I tell you that I don't look at what they do. I've been inspired by many, and I've studied for 11 years, and I know that I could take the easy way out and go back to where I came from and do what I did. But this route that I'm taking is one that I'm very, very passionate about, and it makes me happy. And I feel very conflicted closing this chapter here in the UK, and this being the last time that you see this backdrop, or that if you're listening on podcast platforms, that you know that I'm here, and I don't know what New York is going to be like. I don't know where I'm going to record. I don't know if I'm going to have a professional studio setup to film at, but just know that I'm going to give you everything I can. And I'm going to continue being the best that I can be and working on myself so that I can support you and my clients and my course clients, and just being the best human that I can possibly be. So I love you. Keep being the optimal leader of your life. I will see you in our next episode when I will officially be in New York, and I will be talking to you about the 5-year you. Get ready for that. I'm excited for this one. It's going to be a good one. I'll see you in the next one.